UPS going to pay drivers $170,000. I'll admit to you, it came across my device or my headlines, and I was like, whoa. But I'm a bit of a hardened soul to all this, and so I never just read the headlines. Now, let me tell you something, folks. Just a little extra commercial in the common sense bucket for today. All right? If you are a headline reader, you are in deep trouble. If you are someone who looks at headlines and says, oh, that's the news, you are in deep doo-doo. You might as well have a hook in your mouth and let the corporate media and all the marketers, by the way, the marketers, they're genius. They're working with the media, and they come up with these headlines. So everybody's talking about, this was trending last week. UPS drivers under new union deal are going to make $170,000 a year. Well, that's a bunch of crap. It's a headline. I dig into these things because I'm a man of the people. All right, so I want to give you a couple things. So here's what's being reported. UPS drivers will earn an average of $170,000 in annual pay and benefits now here's where you got to read. At the end of the new 5-year contract. This from UPS CEO Carol Tomé. The deal, which was reached on July 25th, will increase full-time workers' compensation to $170,000 from roughly $145,000 over 5 years. This will boost part-time worker salaries to at least $25.75 per hour and end mandatory overtime. Now, this will put UPS drivers near the same pay grade as software developers, finance directors, and physician assistants, who all earn average salaries in the $108,000 to $115,000 a year. Okay. Now, again, this was just put out as, hey, drivers can make $170,000. So guess what happened? Searches went bananas. People were searching. How do I get that brown outfit and brown truck? I like them brown socks for $170,000 a year. Come on. And everybody's like, oh, I'm going to do it. But wait. What's the fine print? So a UPS driver goes on TikTok and shares the real story. So here's the real story and why you've got to pay attention to the details, not the headlines. More on that in a second. So this guy's name is Skylar. So he goes on TikTok and he says, look, I'm going to clear the air about what this deal actually means. So do you want to listen to a driver who works for UPS, or do you want to pay attention to a headline which is designed to get you hot and bothered? By the way, I was going to save this for later. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. The media headlines are designed to excite you, or to anger you, or to freak you out. Period. You got to pay attention. That includes political headlines, medical headlines, financial headlines. It's just ridiculous. Got to pay attention, folks. You're getting manipulated. You're getting manipulated every day. We know more about more stuff than we've ever known in the world, and yet we're the dumbest we've ever been. There's my old man rant for today, and I'm not even old. Under the current contract, this is the Skylar, the UPS driver. Here's what he says. Our wage is currently $41.51 an hour. That's pretty good. He said with the new deal, the pay is bumped up to $44.26 an hour. He said that amounts to about $92,000 a year. That's pretty good. He says the $170,000 a year that's gotten everybody so excited factors in benefits like their medical insurance and an hourly pay that goes towards the pensions. Okay? So that is compensation. When you look at compensation, you can't just think salary or hourly wage. It is your full package, okay? The pension amount that is a part of the $170,000 is about $25,000, roughly, according to this driver. He said it's still a big win for us union workers, okay? Now, let me give you the other side of all this, because here's where we stand in America today. And this is very important, because I'm going to go beyond the headlines and I'm going to make sure, especially young people, if you're young in your 20s, please pay attention to me. Unions all of a sudden have become the darling of the American people. We're seeing the popularity of the idea of a workers' union has more popularity than it has had in decades. Why? I'll tell you why. Because it is rooted in socialism. Oh, there, I did it. But this is important. There's a difference between capitalism and socialism. Capitalism is based on meritocracy. I worship at the altar of capitalism. Why? Because it's about meritocracy. True capitalism is this guy goes out and gets it. He wants to bring it home and kill it and eat it. Fan-freaking-tastic. Well, he got more than I did. Figure out how to get more than him. That's my jam, all right? It's meritocracy. When you look at unions, what happened is it was a very good, if you look at the history of unions, I'm going to give it to you in 30 seconds. There was a time in America, as the Industrial Revolution began to take hold, there was a time in America where workers did not have any rights at all. The way that work was done, it was out of balance. And so the idea of unions were, wait a second, let's make sure that there's some dignity and humanity in how much a person works versus how much they're paid. That's a good conversation. It's a fair conversation. And so the idea of unions were good, but politics got involved. And anytime politics gets involved, I don't care if you're a conservative or you are a liberal, a progressive, a libertarian, politics poison everything. And so politics got involved with unions and it became about power. And then the votes were all about power and policies, not fairness and giving the union worker an actual voice. And that's how you get weird things like union workers sitting on the dock in New Jersey for 5 and 6 hours on end, not doing anything but scrolling their phone and smoking a cig, and they're getting paid full rates. Now, here's the other side of the story. When you get unions involved, and it becomes about politics and negotiation and holding people hostage, because, by the way, that's what union and the other side of the aisle does it too. They hold each other hostage. And it's who can win, who can stare down in the game of chicken. And here's what happens. When you overinflate salaries and hourly wages, companies rarely go, we're going to cut our prices. UPS could cut their prices. They won't. So guess what's going to happen on the other side of this? On the other side of this, it's going to cost you more to ship a package. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's a fact. And what we don't know as Americans, we don't think about the consequences to all of us when we keep seeing stubborn inflation. And folks, look at the numbers. Inflation is not going anywhere, and the Fed keeps raising the rate, and unemployment is still low. Who's losing in this? You. Your pocketbook. At some point, you have to wake up and go, what are the factors that are driving the cost of my living? Unions and the politics around it, the politics of giving out money to people. The newest wave is, you're seeing it, you're going to see it in the news a lot in the next 6 months. Mark my words. Multiple mayors in this country are already testing universal income. Oh, it's going to work. No, it's not. It's going to end up costing everybody more, including the people who are getting the basic income.